Hello everyone, Specter here and welcome to Star Citizen. Today I'm going to talk about this Wowblast toy gun as well as some reasons why I think this gun can lead to something very important for Star Citizen in the future. Wowblast toy gun is the only weaponry we can fire in the armored zone because it's harmless and well, the only thing it can kill is time. So basically speaking, this gun is quite useless for us right now, but why I think this is quite important for Star Citizen in the future would be including some other development of Star Citizen, including regeneration, some sort of like item physicalization, as well as repair gameplay development. So let's talk about regeneration first. Nowadays, if organizations need to improve their battle tactics or combat skills, they have no choice but to divide their org members into two different groups and try their very best to send each other back to the hospital. But in the future of Star Citizen, when regenerations, kind of finish developing, I think this is not a very ideal way for training up the troops. Well, first of all, regenerations require personal insurance, so it means that compared to nowadays, which is free of charge, in the future of Star Citizen, probably regenerations require you to pay for some in-game credits time to time in order to enjoy the service of regeneration. Secondly, well, regeneration may not mean that you can 100% to regenerate your character. According to what I read about regenerations, which I hope I didn't read something wrongly or misunderstand something, but if I do, feel free to leave a comment down below. Regeneration will have your living body and your imprint body kind of connected together, so including the memory and stuff. So if your living body receives some severe injuries, so for example losing a limb before its death, then your new body, even though you will be able to regenerate in the medical facility, your new body will also losing that limb, or your limb will not be as good as the normal one, which require you to replace that part of your body with some mechanical like tools and or maybe mechanical limbs in order to make your character be like 100% functional again. So there is another example that we can observe it nowadays even without CIG finishing developing the regeneration, which is your ship. So sometimes when you finish your combat missions and stuff, and well, if you were defeated, your ship exploded, then you were going to reclaim your ship, right? And you find out that at the end your ship may lost like 1 or 2 weapons on board of your ship, and you may wonder why, or maybe you just simply say that it's a bug or something like that, but it might not be the case because those weapons were being damaged or destroyed before your ships is being destroyed by the enemy. It turns out the record itself will not carry on to the new ship, so it means that your new ship, even though you can claim back it, but still that particular weapon will be lost forever. So this is how you will lose the limb or some part of your body, and even though you will be able to regenerate in some medical facilities in the future of Star Citizen. And for now, maybe some people try to say that's a good idea to replace your body parts with some mechanical limbs and stuff, so that to create a cyberpunk style in Star Citizen. Well, that's a very good idea as well for me, but if you talk about injury itself, it won't be an ideal way to do that because, well, even though you can regenerate and stuff, and you can use some mechanical limbs to replace the non-functional ones, but still, your imprints will getting degrade time to time. So it turns out if more frequent you regenerate, more degrading your body will be. So if your body imprint degrade too much, it means your body will no longer be able to regenerate anymore. So we will experience something called the true death. So the example we saw it before back in 317 at least. I remember there's a mission about the Aegis Reclaimer, and we need to find the captain's body to find out what's going on. So at that particular mission, I remember there's a kind of crew body, and there is a message he sent out and said that the doctor told him he got like 0 regen anymore, so he cannot regen anymore, which is why he was dead on board of the ship, like that. So at this point, we can say that CIG is trying to still developing regenerations to the point that, well, true death is the final answer for the whole cycle of regeneration. So that is why I think, well, if you really want to perform combat drilling and stuff, adopting a concept of dummy rounds or toy guns will not be a bad idea at all, because, well, you definitely don't want your character keep on regenerate just simply because you want to perform combat drills in the PU. And I know that there is a rumor about regenerations as well. I didn't talk about it because it's more like a myth or more uncertain compared to the facts that I just talked about before, which is about the reputation itself. Because the concept of regeneration will involve some sort of memory thing. The way it works is just like you save up some documents an hour earlier, and you keep on typing for an hour. It turns out it crashed, so you will be able to recover something an hour ago, but not the moment that before it crashed. So the imprint itself would be the same thing. So if you're having an imprint of the age of 30 and your character died at the age of 32, then it turns out you have 2-year gap of memory would be lost. But since the memory, as we know, would be belongs to the players, unlike IOs, right? Every 2 years everything will be lost or something like that. We won't, right? But how to describe or how to show this side effect is that the reputation system. So since you got 2 years of memory will be lost, so it means that your reputation will be just like 2 years ago instead of the moment your character died. So this is how they describe about reputation related to or affected by regenerations. But, well, for now, you can treat it as a myth more than a fact would be fine. Repair gameplay and the item physicalization also be one of the parts that makes toy gun and dummy rounds be important in the future of Star Citizen, because, well, in the future every item will be physicalized, up to ship modules and stuff, down to personal weapons or gears. These kind of items we will need to keep on doing maintenance in a regular base. So if you really use live munitions for drilling and stuff, for example, you perform some sort of like boarding action and drills, and of course you will divide your org member into 2 different groups, while one group is striking or trying to take over the ship, while the other will try to defend your ship from being taken over. So it means that you need to keep on firing inside of the ship, and it might create a problem by damaging some ship's component, which is quite bad at this situation in the future, because, well, it doesn't really guarantee that you can repair it if it's being damaged too severe. And even if you can, well, you don't want to keep on spending or wasting money on repairing something that frequently due to just simply combat drilling. And also your body armor and stuff, once in the future of Star Citizen, if you really got damaged, it means that your armor will be degraded and also required to maintain and stuff in order to keep it as strong as possible. So that's why, well, even though dummy rounds nowadays is not really useful and stuff, you just kill times and having fun, I know, but still, well, in the future, I think that dummy rounds or toy guns would be a very good idea for CIG to develop it, because we really need it. And well, of course, people may say you can join some sort of what is it called, Space Marine or something like that, to train up your combat skills or shooting skills. But still, if you need to perform a very large scale organization type of battle drills and stuff, then you really need to do it in a PU instead of the Space Marine and stuff. Which is why having dummy rounds or a toy gun will be quite important, or maybe come in handy in the future of Star Citizen. Alright, so that is it for today's video about this Wowblast toy gun and the concept behind of it, how important I think it would be for the future of Star Citizen. And feel free to leave a comment down below, and if I say something wrongly, and make sure you correct me in the comment down below as well. So I shall see you guys next time then. Bye bye.